Voice of the hopeless, control the game like the coaches. Stay dropping gems, we the winners, coach, you know this. Never coasting, always elevating, staying focused. When it's all said and done, we the winners, coach, yeah. We winners, coach. It's all said and done.
Monster on the beat, ho, Debo, any rap nigga, he a freak though. Man down, call her Amber Lambs, tell him breathe, bro. Nail a nigga to the cross, he walk around like Tizo. What's up with these jabroni ass niggas trying to see Compton? The industry can hate me, fuck them all and they mama. How many options you really got? I mean, it's too many options. I'm finna pass on this body, I'm John Stockton. Beat your ass and hide the Bible if God watching. Sometimes you gotta pop out and show niggas. So man, I'm the one that up to.
That's crazy, yo. He said, beat your ass and hide the Bible if God watching.
That's blasphemy.
He said ass and God in the same joint. That's a crazy joint.
How did you feel the first time you heard that? Like, what was your, like, did you make the sour face?
First time I heard this, I was like, oh shit, this nigga came again? Nigga, that shit was ridiculous. It was a crazy drop.
Hold on. Wait,
Pause,
matter of fact, let's
no
keep
Diddy,
it.
no Diddy, no Diddy, no Diddy, no Diddy, no Diddy, no Diddy. Cutting all that out high.
Extort shit, bully the flow on him. Say Drake, I hear you like I'm young. You better not ever go to cell block 1.
Not ever go to cell block 1.
And they in love. Just make sure you hide your little sister from them. They tell me Chubb's the only one that get your hand-me-downs. And party at the party playing with his nose now. And Baca got a weird case. Why is he?
Hold on. Did y'all know? Did y'all? That's what he was talking about.
Yeah, he's playing with his nose. That's what he said. Little cocaine.
Yo.
That album was fire though.
No, that's what I said. But why did he? Like, damn. I didn't know Party did coke like that.
All
Everybody
these niggas do coke.
You said everybody do a snap. Y'all snapping tonight, yo. Don't take no more shots.
Remember when we talked about that? Remember when we talked about this?
In the music industry?
No, we talked about everybody doing coke.
I don't.
Yo, everybody doing coke, bro.
Everybody do it.
No, we talking about.
All right, here we go. Here we
To
go.
a
Here.
Patreon exclusive. Did you just say everybody
Coke
doing coke?
Coke leave your system so fast.
This shit just started, yo.
I'ma do my stuff. Why you trolling like a bitch? Ain't you tired? Trying to strike a chord and it's probably A minor.
Do y'all know how crazy that was, yo?
You having so much fun.
Because do you understand? The A minor key is all the white keys. He be trying to call them white the whole time.
And illegal.
And it's illegal. And it's a chord. He probably wasn't thinking about the A minor's all white keys. He was probably just thinking about it.
No, I think he was. You gotta
Give him all the credit.
He was, yeah.
Because that's
He said trying to strike a chord. Y'all just told me this shit earlier what that shit meant. Strike a chord.
Was that make it a triple on time?
a triple at least. He could be talking about something else too.
Well, you heard what Drake said he had to do. I said Drake. We heard what Drake said he had to do a quintuple entendre. What did he say?
Yeah.
Quintuple.
Quintuple, I think. Quintuple. It might be tuple. All right, here we go.
They not like us. 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 You think the Bay gon' let you disrespect Pop, nigga? I think that Oakland show gon' be your last stop, nigga. They cold foul. I don't know why you still pretending. What is the owl? Bird niggas and bird bitches. Go. The audience not dumb. Shape the stories how you want. Hey Drake, they're not slow. Rabbit hole is still deep. I can go further, I promise. Ain't there something? P-Rest stands for bitchin'. You Malibu most wanted. Ain't no law boy, you ball boy. Fish Gatorade or something. Since 2009, I had this bitch jumping. You niggas will get a wedgie. Be flipped over your boxes or over your foe. The other vaginal option. Pussy. Nigga better straighten they posture. Got famous all up in contact. Might write this with a doctor. Tell a pop star quit hiding. Fuck a caption, won't action. No accident. I'm hands on. He fuck around, get polished. Fucked on Wayne Grow. He was in jail. That's conniving. Then get it.
Did y'all know that?
Yes.
Oh no, I ain't know about that.
Wayne talked about it in an interview. Like,
Did you? But you know who the girl is?
which one?
You know the girl, but you just don't know the girl. Watch. Watch when I say it. You gonna know the girl.
You talking about the light skin John that he was white?
Got my heart broke by a woman named Tammy. What's the next one?
Damn.
Y'all knew that, yo. Y'all knew that.
What Tammy? Who Tammy?
Her name Tammy Torres.
He really just made that shit because I really don't know Tammy.
That nigga's
But I know
amazing.
Tammy.
But you
When
know
y'all
Tammy?
When y'all said Tammy, I thought about Waka Flocka's wife, ex-wife.
No, that would have been crazy.
I was about to say, what she get in? Why y'all being messy? How she get in this?
Apologizing. I'm glad D-Rose came home, y'all didn't deserve him neither. From Alondra down to Central, nigga better not speak on Serena. And your homeboy needs subpoena. That predator moving flocks. That name gotta be registered and placed on neighborhood watch. I lean on you niggas like another line of walk. Yeah, it's all eyes on me and I'ma send it up the pot. Ay, put the roll label on me, I'ma get them dropped. Ay, sweet chin music and I won't pass the ox. Ay, how many stocks do I really have in stock? Ay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus 5. Ay, devil is a lie, here's 69 God. Ay, freaky ass niggas need to stay their ass inside. Ay, roll their ass up like a fresh pack of Zod. Ay, city is back up, it's a must, we outside. Ay. They not like us. They not like us. They not like us.
Smoking on that Drake.
They not like us.
This is crazy. Like, this is crazy. We gotta just keep.
They not like us. They not like us. Once upon a time, all of us was in chains. Homie still double down, calling us some slaves. Atlanta was the mecca, building railroads and trains. Bear with me for a second, let me put y'all on game. The settlers was using town folk to make them richer. Fast forward 2024, you got the same agenda. You run to Atlanta when you need a check balance. Let me break it down for you, this the real nigga challenge. You caught Future when you didn't see the club. Hey, what? Lil' baby help you get your lingo up. What? 21 get your false street cred. Thug makes you feel like you a slime in your head. Hey, what? Quavo said you can be from North Side. What? 2 Chainz say you good, but he lied. You run to Atlanta when you need a few dollars. No, you not a colleague, you a fucking colonizer. The family matter and the truth of the matter. Here was God's plan to show y'all the liar. He a fan, he a fan, he a fan. He a fan, he a fan, he a freaky ass nigga, he a 69 God. Freaky ass nigga, he a 69 God. Hey, 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 run for your life. Hey, 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 run for your life. Freaky ass nigga, he a 69 God. Freaky ass nigga, he a 69 God. Hey, 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 run for your life. Hey, 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 run for your life. Let me hear you say OV ho. OV-ho. Say OV ho. OV-ho. Then step this way, step that way. Then step this way, step that way. Are you my friend? Are we locked in? Then step this way, step that way. Then step this way, step that way.
What's going on, y'all? Welcome to another episode of the Winners Culture, the podcast where we explore the lives of creatives and entrepreneurs and talk about all the keys to success. How y'all feeling today, man?
I'm good, man. How you?
You good? My fault. I didn't do the introduction. It's just JJ. And to my right.
Hey, y'all, it's Bondi.
Jay Duce.
She.
I just had too much energy because, like, what's going on right now is crazy in the culture. And in pop culture right now, like, this whole thing. How y'all doing today? Let's get into that first. How y'all good today? How y'all feeling?
I feel good.
I feel, you know what I'm saying, a little better. Had a rough start to the day, but it was cool, though.
You had a rough start to the day, brother.
Yeah, you know, some people don't like to come to work and then complain when you ask them to come to work. So
You stay arguing with your employees.
Yeah, man. It's only 3 though. It's only 2 really. The other one we already had our argument.
Some people don't like. Who like coming to work?
People who work for me usually enjoy coming to work. These people just want to get paid. They enjoy being at work, but they just don't enjoy working.
Okay,
It makes sense. Like,
I see
they
what
will
you're
gossip
saying.
for 45 hours.
I feel that.
All right, yeah, I had a good day, man. I had a real productive day. It was a long day, but you know what I'm saying? It was productive, so it was a good day.
That's thorough. And I'm glad y'all talked about y'all days and all that, because now we can go to the next part. So, like,
How was your day, mother? Like, what?
oh, my day. My day was good. I had a good day. I've been really focused lately. I feel like I'm keeping a calendar now. I have a whiteboard. And if y'all don't have a whiteboard, y'all should get a whiteboard because it helps you keep your thoughts in order. And then you can, like, the way my brain works, I need to write things, but I don't need them things to stay there. So I can write it and erase it.
Yo, that whiteboard had some shit on it. Yeah, yo. You was over there dissing, huh? Like, these niggas.
Why you keep talking about dissing? Like, who?
Niggas listen to the Kendrick and Drake joint.
Crazy. He had the beat playing, just writing lyrics.
No, it's crazy. That's really crazy though, because if you looked in and if you
no, it's not hard enough. Kendrick, I let you down.
The crazy part is, if you looked in my notes, you would probably find a couple disses, but it's like I'm not a rapper, so it's like I just write what I feel.
We cut the footage of him rapping into this after he says that.
Look, I hear the chatter, they say they slick talk, you know it's challenge, but it doesn't matter, cause nothing really sounds too astounding. Look at me later, I ain't a hater, I see the talent, but if you really talking slick, I'm supposed to lose my balance. I'm a body this like a Tommy, I'm getting high again, looks at my brain will never be over, hope you niggas can swim. The coldest, the dopest, I move like I've really been chosen. She say she looking for a soldier, she can help but notice me, you know you're special if I'm the one that chose to approach it. Your heart is heavy, let me take some weight off of your shoulders. Let's get this night started right. 40 in the glass of mimosa. She dripping wet, I party see with my stick like a Moses. My cough is different, baby, they got me looking like Joseph. I feel they hate, but they just act as I'm calling the POTUS. Cause if the real see the real, you would never be noticed. I'm just keeping it honest. I'm just keeping blue faces close like I'm walking with zombies. I watch it good, I watch whatever I'ma keep around me. Cause truth be told, even if I could do it on my own, yeah, I would rather keep my team behind me.
I'm talking to myself. I got the footage too, still on my phone.
You be dissing like in general, you be dissing like they come to the meeting late and all that. You probably got me
Grinding this up.
You probably grinding me the fuck up. With that
No, I got a crazy joint about I got a crazy joint about Jay, and I got a crazy joint about Blondie. Yeah.
A crazy what? A crazy diss track?
Yeah, I got a crazy diss track about.
Why are you writing disses about me?
You gotta put the mic,
Why are you writing disses about me?
because it's certain times when you like get me to that point, and it's like I don't argue.
I think that Kendrick won his joint. No, let's really go to the point because it's getting late and shit. I think Kendrick won, bro, so far.
Agreed.
Why?
Honestly, because I'm not even a Kendrick fan. So
And you was rocking to the music even though you wasn't a Kendrick fan.
Yeah, he like exceeded my expectations because I don't listen to Kendrick. He never intrigues me. But listen to like this little this battle. Yeah, he exceeded my expectations, man. I'm a big Drake fan though, so like I want to be biased, but I can't.
But yeah, I mean, I think Kendrick just won at everything. Drake is known for winning battles. Like he did what he did with Meek Mill in that battle, with Common, with so many different individuals. For him to be him at a hit record, real he did a what's it called, the timestamp track. He did one of those. Like everything Drake does well, and this is Kendrick kind of just surpassed this go around. So I'm going to Kendrick.
All right, I feel like some people don't really know what's going on, because my dad had texted me like 2 days ago. He like, can you catch me up on what's happening? And I said no. That's.
Hey, yo, wait, what? You couldn't just play the records for you, Pop?
We wasn't together.
I know you could do the share play.
Yeah, but I did it for him now. So I'm gonna just go through what's happened so far, and then we could talk about our favorite moments or our favorite lines or like what stuck out to us about this, what we was doing at the time when we heard it.
Wait, do you think it's over though? Like, do you think I feel like it's something you think it's over.
I don't think it's over. I think Kendrick got more to say. Like he said, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus 5, and he ain't put out the other 5. And he a Gemini, and I feel like that means duality. And so the first 5, he probably went at him in a way that was like the world wanted to hear. I think the next 5, or however he do the next one, is he gonna go at him the way he wanna go at him. Like if you ever listen to a Kendrick project, it's always super thoughtful. It's always got a point behind it. I think right now he playing to the crowd, but he still got really something to say to Drake.
Well, hey, body that continue.
All right, so this the recap. This is the recap of what happened on October of 2023. Drake and J. Cole was on First Person Shooter, and that's when J. Cole had said the line about it being the big 3. Him, K-Dot, and Drake was the big 3. But then he also said the line about the Spider-Man line. Me looking at Drake as like the Spider-Man meme, where he left Kendrick out. That's really where I feel like it started, because it's like you didn't include me. And ain't the Spider-Man meme, ain't it 3 Spider-Man? You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, it is.
Well, yeah. Once the movie came out, they added
The third,
in
right?
there,
So you
but-
could have did that. So that's a little slight right there. Then the next one,
Also, he was supposed to be on the record. They
right?
asked him to be
They asked him to be on the record. And then in March, Kendrick goes full attack mode on Future and Metro Boomin like that. So that's when he like after Big 3, it's just Big Me. Like Kendrick make it clear that I'm not effing with y'all. It's just me. I feel like I'm the best. That's when Drake next.
You gotta give Metro a shout out for the beat too, man. Metro beat kind of took that.
They went crazy.
He dissed him.
Him, Metro,
he
and
dissed him
Future.
in beat form.
That was a number one.
The end of that song where he
Yeah, that was a number.
Morris coded that Jones.
That was a number one record for sure. And that means something. I feel like that added to the whole thing. The fact that the record did so well, like made Drake feel like I have to come back. Whereas Cole felt like, I'm cool. I don't want to be involved in whatever that's what made me feel they really don't like each other. But then Drake came back with push-ups. And that's when he mocks Kendrick's small stature and notably his foot size with the cover art. He put his size 7 shoe.
And that was 22 days later, right?
Yeah. And then on that same song, he also dissed Rick Ross, Weeknd, Metro Boomin, Future, and Metro. I think I said Metro already. But yeah,
And Ja Morant.
and Ja Morant. Yeah.
What he do?
I think he just
Over a chick.
yeah.
It's all over a woman.
Yeah, I think he just showed up with one of the women that Drake was with previously or something like that. Lotto's sister, they was both talking to Lotto's sister. Allegedly, they was both talking to Lotto's sister.
Word? He was claiming that?
Clamming?
Claim. I'm sorry.
Clamming would have been crazy.
Clamming is crazy. I've never said. Yo, that was another word. Yo,
I
that
don't know. The kids.
that was Family
the
Guy
kids
level
come
of
up
funny.
The kids come up with stuff so fast sometimes.
That could be.
They was, Lotto's sister is like 21. 19 or something.
They was both claiming. All right, so yeah, he had a lot to say to a lot of people. And then after that, he came right back with the Taylor Made freestyle where he did AI of Pac, AI of Snoop, and then talked about Drake at the end. And Tupac estate sued him to take it down, so that record is down. And then that's when it started getting good. That's when Kendrick put out Euphoria, which was a 6-minute long diss in April.
17 days later.
17 days later, Kendrick talking about you make music that pacify him, I make music that electrify him. And he doubled down on the aspect that he's the number one. Like the crown is heavy, but basically it's mine. And one of my favorite lines from that, we'll get into a little favorite line, but one of my favorite lines from that is when he said, I love y'all to death, but like if necessary, I'm YNW Melly. Like if you don't love me back, I'm YNW Melly, which is crazy because of, the YNW Melly situation.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Is still fighting that case.
Right. That's why I said allegedly.
He can't prove it.
And then he came right back, just like how Drake came right back with the 616 in LA, a pun on Drake's iconic like timestamp series. And he made accusations that it was a mole in Drake's camp. And that
All this, he's warning this man. Like
Right.
he warned him like, cuz if you don't chill out, I'm really gonna say some shit. And he really said some shit.
right. And that's the other joint, like Drake alleged, it was a 20 verse 1 because of all the people that was coming at him. And Kendrick like it's a 1 verse 20 because of all the people that write with you. That's crazy. Then Drake in May, Drake came back with Family Matters, which claims that Kendrick cheats on his wife with white women for his self-esteem. He disses ASAP Rocky, The Weeknd, Metro Boomin, Future, and Rick Ross. And that's when he eating at New King Ho, where Kendrick said that he be at, because that's the same spot that Drake had got robbed at for his AP in the past. Then Kendrick came right a couple hours after Family Matters came out.
No, he came. I'm sorry, it wasn't a couple hours. It was 29 minutes.
29 minutes? I didn't even know that. My fat. I got it 29 minutes later.
Was reviewing that shit and that shit dropped.
Kendrick dropped another diss track called Meet the Grams, where he addressed Drake's family, calling him a deadbeat. He lists off Drake's alleged lies when it comes to his son, ghostwriters, and cosmetic surgery. And that's when he alleged that Drake had a daughter, which was a shocking thing for the culture, 11-year-old daughter. And then off that, he came with my personal favorite, which is Not Like Us, where he alleged that the OVO team is pedophiles, and the artwork for the track is an aerial view of Drake's mansion with the like sex offender Jones. And then the final one, what that came out yesterday or the day before? May 5th.
Yeah, it came out. Yeah, Sunday, Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah, it came out. So that was yesterday? Where Drake says he baited Kendrick Lamar into receiving fake intel about the alleged child in the first place. Talks about Kendrick being molested. Said Kendrick's wife had a child by Dave Free. And said that Whitney isn't speaking on the fact that he alleged that Kendrick beat on her. And so that's where we at currently. So like in this whole thing, a lot of people saying this is like the best beef of rap history. What was y'all favorite moments or favorite songs? Or tell me about like where you was at when you was listening to the songs and things like that.
My favorite song in this right now would probably be Like That still, because it just hit the hardest. You can play that anywhere. And moments like I heard most of the shit I was in the crib for, but it was kind of like just like, you know, like flex bombs when he be in interviews. I feel like every time you looked on Twitter, it was a flex bomb coming to nigga dissing somebody for like.
But how did you react though? You feel what I'm saying? Like when you was hearing the records, like was it a record that you
Kendrick is kicking this nigga ass.
That's how you
like,
feel?
But I felt like Drake was holding his own to that last record until he started trying to cop pleas and explain and let like, yo, you should have just kept on the high horse. Like, even though it's hard when somebody call you a pedophile, but
The nigga said
he still should have
was a
tried to.
pedophile.
Like, you can't. Like, it's a Always Sunny in Philadelphia episode where the main character is. Well, they all like main characters, but they are writing a jingle. He's telling him to write a song. I guess he got in some issues with like kids and saying that he might have wrote a song that kind of alluded to the fact of diddling kids. So he was trying to have them.
He said diddling kids.
He was trying to have them write a new jingle, and they was like, "Yo, you can't make a song like that. Like, you can once it's out, you can't like." Oh yeah, no, I'm happily not doing that. You can't do that, and that's what I feel like Drake was doing, like trying to make. Like, you can't rap about you not doing. Just say, yo, I didn't do it and move on. Like, talk more about Kendrick. But you ain't got nothing else to say, really. All you keep saying is Dave Free shit.
Nah, there you go. When you over defend yourself, you look guilty. Like you just say, you gotta say a little shit, but like he just was over defending himself instead of really listening. But the moment that made me like, oh, was the Meet the Grams joint. I told you that before. I don't even listen to Kendrick, so once I heard that, it got me more in tune.
What you expect? What you like from it so much though? Like what part of it? Like
it was just so detailed, and it was informative. It might not be real. I don't know. Like is Drake nose fake? That's Rick Ross.
His nose? You said it's his nose?
No.
Ross said that.
It looked like it
It's
though.
Drake nose, but no.
What?
You
Drake did get a BBL.
I'm sorry,
Allegedly.
Do he got the
I cannot
BBL?
say
I
what
don't
I'm about
know.
to say.
He ain't
Right,
really
I got
talking
his-
about the BBL. He talking about the kids and all.
Well,
that.
he didn't get a BBL. He got lipo.
That's a men BBL though.
And
They call it
he
the-
got the abs
No.
placed.
It's literally just lipo.
But
But
what
they
happens
call
when they
that
put
the
the
man
abs
BBL.
up there
That's
for
what
you?
they call it. Like they call it
Like
the
his
man
abs
BBL.
look like
That's
somebody
sculpting.
placed them there.
That's called
'Cause
sculpting.
BBL is a
Yeah, there
That's still a
Brazilian
part.
butt lift, right?
Yeah, he didn't get nothing in his butt.
But as a
Kanye West
male,
got
they just call
lipo.
They just call that the man BBL. It's just like a little bed, John. Like that's just what they call it. But
Right, I get it, but it's actually just lipo.
Did he get lipo? He got a new nose.
I
What-
mean,
what-
because
do it-
of what Ross said.
does anybody know what Ozempic is? Because they
It's a medicine.
It's a weight loss drug for diabetics.
And you know,
And it's
it
supposed to
went.
help you not eat.
so what would be the point? What would
Drake
be
gained weight back after the ab surgery. So Ross was alluding that at the concert he was wearing the biker outfits to cover his stomach because he don't got the abs still.
Rick
So-
Ross got some nerve. That's number one. Number
Yeah,
two.
he be eating
Yeah.
pears though? He be eating pears,
He didn't get the BBL. He got the pierce.
right?
He probably got that skin tightening surgery or something.
That's cool. than the BBL.
It's all the same. You all go under the same.
If you
and
exercise, sometimes your skin still might be loose, but you put the work in. You get the
You
BBL.
gain weight
you
sometimes.
Kinda
you
with
get
Blondie.
fat.
If it's somebody marking you up with a marker before you go sit down in the
ain't
drawer,
the same.
you got the same shit, cuz.
It's all because the
No, it's
thing
not.
is, it all falls under the guise of cosmetic, so it's the same.
A BBL. Well,
If
not
when you
the men
charge your
BBL.
insurance-
Lipo, right?
When
So-
you charge your insurance, it's a cosmetic procedure.
understand
You
what
don't
you're
need it to
saying.
live or die.
But if I go put that work in and get tight, my skin might be a little long because I was fat my whole life.
Mm-hmm.
But if I just go under the knife, like I was fat my whole life, I ain't gonna work out. I want the
So what if
Pack
you?
right here.
So what if you get the lipo first?
six-pack right here.
What if you get the lipo first?
You want
then
an
get the
18
skin
pack,
surgery?
yo.
Sometimes you need. I said, what if you get the lipo first and then you get the skin surgery? Sometimes you need both.
You said sometimes you need both.
Yep. Then what?
So why do people get the lipo? Because they feel like they.
Because they need the fat sucked out of their body.
But why you don't just go put the work in?
That's why I can't get skinny.
Because
nigga.
it's quicker.
My tattoos look horrible.
It's
I would have
quicker,
to
right?
get buff.
I mean,
Well, yeah. I feel like if you have the money for it, and people are,
no,
and
it's
you're
not.
not.
If you got the money, you
That's
got
what
the
I'm
money.
saying. That's why.
But
Because
you
people
still
can
gotta
afford
be-
it.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay, because
you got the money.
Because you can afford
but
it.
It's still fake.
But you can afford it.
Right. Maybe that's why Ross could afford it too.
And let me tell you, a lot more people, if they could afford it, would lay on the table instead of going to the gym.
I don't know, man.
No.
I don't respect.
All right, so
I know. It's not like it's nothing not to respect.
What you mean? These niggas
Not-
is lazy.
Yes.
It ain't that hard.
so do y'all
Exactly.
so,
It's not about it
so do
being
y'all
hard.
think
It's about
do y'all
having the
think
money to
that
do one or
that
the other.
if Drake did indeed get surgery, like that aid to him losing in his joint, like do it matter?
No. If his nose fake, he out of here. But no.
Michael Jackson's nose was fake. He was a worldwide sensation.
So who do y'all
After that.
So tell me your opinion on
Because I don't care about the BBL.
Great point, but like in that point, I would. That's
Still
why I'm
gotta
saying
put that
like
in there,
that.
though.
Because out of everything else, it's mainly gossip, and that's the part about. That's why Kendrick is just giving you gossip in a very rapper way. Like he's really rapping it. It's deep, it's layered, and it makes you have to think.
So-
So it's winning, but it's still gossip.
So to the question of who has the best songs, right? Like, I feel like you have to say Kendrick got the best songs because Kendrick has the most memorable songs. Kendrick has a different variety of songs. Kendrick has a song that can fit every yeah.
Are you talking about
I
whole
feel
catalog, not
like-
the disses?
No, the
feel
disses.
like
I'm talking about
for-
in the beef.
I feel like for the diss songs, like I was late to the party. I honestly didn't hear him until I got here with y'all from last week to the week before to this week. But it seems like lyrically, Kendrick is more intelligent. Like like he's doing more
For sure.
literally. Like if you were to take his like words and put them on a text and had to like study them, it would be like a literary work
layers.
of art.
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
very, very layered. A lot to dissect. Whereas Drake's work is not bad, but in comparison, it's like an A+ paper compared to a B+
B
paper.
minus
No,
maybe.
B+. Because
Yeah.
Drake is talented and he is intelligent, but Kendrick is just
Deeper.
better.
Pause.
You going crazy today. Every line, but I'm saying like every line, like every Kendrick line, people is stopping that has like 4 entendres. Drake's lines is like,
But that's Drake's
Do
superpower.
people don't, you got to explain what an entendre is.
okay. So entendre is a word or a phrase that has multiple meanings in context. So the A minor bar from Kendrick, like you trying to strike a chord, A minor. That's a piano chord, A minor, but he's also talking about the allegations that Drake messes with younger girls, which is A minor. And on a deeper level, what's also been said about it is that the A minor chord is all white keys, and Kendrick is alleging that Drake doesn't have a strong connection to black culture, and so you're all the white keys. You feel what I'm saying? How deep he really meant to take it, we don't know. But because of the fact that, a lot of his stuff has multiple meanings, a lot of his stuff, when we talk about the 616 in LA and 616 being Father's Day in Father's Day in Canada, but it's also Drake's timestamp series. Like, it's so many things that it means that it's always hard to tell with any Kendrick project or any Kendrick song. You know, was he trying to like just be literal, or did he mean it in a metaphorical way? So yeah.
So you bring up the white part about all this. Do you think that is something that is also giving Drake a loss, being that this is kind of re-exposing to new generations that he's not of like black culture in his upbringing? He's more of like a Jewish background.
The crazy part is, I don't even think, that's why I think this joint is not over, because that's what I feel like Kendrick really want to hit on at the end of the day. Like, I think he really want to get into the part of Drake being a colonizer, meaning that he's a culture vulture, like, you know, DJ Vlad, who we gonna get into later, or who's the no jumper boy?
Oh, Adam 22.
Or Adam 22. You know, people who come into culture, have a strong opinion, or even adopt similar thoughts, but when pressured, don't take the stance of the culture. And at the end of the day, they just white, so you're just not going to understand. And I feel like when if Kendrick rebuttals, because it did, like what y'all think? Didn't it seem like Drake was kind of giving up in the last show?
I mean, yeah, it definitely felt like, but I felt like he does that in a way to play like it's subtle and trying to downplay it.
Downplay the significance of.
I don't think he's done rap, because in a lot of it seems sarcastic.
Right. I feel like if Kendrick responds, he's gonna respond in a way to play up the fact that Drake is not from nowhere, really. Like, it's nowhere that he claims deeply, the way that Kendrick is from Compton, the way that Rocky is from New York. What part of New York is Rocky from? Harlem.
Saying like you from West.
Yeah. Like how people, like, you claim that you claim that you believe that Drake doesn't do that. And not only does he not do that, he goes from place to place, like basically stealing their style, stealing their lingo, which I felt like Kendrick was alluding at when he used the Toronto accent. Like, why you don't never use the Toronto accent? Why you don't never? Because it seems like you're pandering to me. It seems like you trying to fit in with a certain group or certain culture, and I don't like that personally. Like, and I feel like that's where Kendrick real beef is. So like, I don't.
When he was like, I don't like when I like Drake singing and shit, not Drake with all the tough shit. I got what he meant there. Like, you could kind of tell from his, like, yo, when you were this person, like, Drake has definitely transformed his career from what we knew from So Far Gone into what it is today. Between the different battles he got into, between the different type of records he got, when he paired up with kind of street artists, he give you that kind, especially when he get with them London people. When he get with them London niggas, he be over there talking crazy. So it's a different kind of vibe. So I kind of get what Kendrick is saying.
It's crazy too. It's crazy too that you brought up the London thing, because I was looking on Twitter and somebody had said that Drake got with Skepta, he got with the other big London artists, did those records and then dipped. Like, never, like, they haven't seen him since. Like, he's not on the scene.
Yeah, I saw that, John. And he made him come to America. Like, he didn't go over there.
Yeah. Like, basically, he rode the wave when it was hot. When that period of time when London drill was hot, he rode the wave. Then he got off it, just the same way he does with American artists. Like,
what's the boy name?
Who?
JB? Is it JB or
Black
JB?
Boy?
Yeah.
From Florida.
Gone.
Right. Stole his like not. I don't.
Black Boy JB?
Yeah.
Memphis.
He from Memphis. I gotta look that. Can somebody check that up? Where is JB Black Boy from? But yeah. Either way, a lot of times he goes to places, and steals, like, he'll talk like them, like flow like them, use their same beats. So Kendrick is like, where are you from, bro? Like, where are you? What do you believe in?
He do a lot. That's why at the end of that, Meet the Grams, John, like I said, he tell me you lied about your religious beliefs, because remember he used to do the little Jewish stuff.
Right.
Like, he just be changing. Then he do, like you said, the accent. He switch the accent up. He do like.
Is he not Jewish anymore?
I don't know.
He's saying.
I think you can't just undo that. His
JB
mom is
Black
Jewish.
Boy is from Memphis.
No, it's just the way
I'm talking about Drake. He
He
can't
This
just.
is what he's putting out there. So like,
Nah, I ain't looked that up either. I didn't know what he meant by
He
the
can't just
religion.
like
I think-
not unbe Jewish. Like, his mom is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think.
Has he denounced, like, has he started claiming something else?
You can't denounce Judaism. You can't do that.
No, I think.
But
I'm
that's
just
what
saying,
Kendrick
like, the way
alluded
he
to.
used to,
That's
like,
what I'm trying-
it's the
I think more than anything, what he's trying to say is that like you don't stand for nothing. You see what I'm saying? Like when Black Lives Matter happened, you wasn't Black Lives Matter, but you black when it's good for you, or like you Jewish when it's helpful to you, but when it's not, you not. You feel what I'm saying? And that's why he feel like he's a liar, because Kendrick basically stand on everything. Like whatever he believes it deeply, and he puts out music or content to explore the ideologies that he believes. Whereas Drake, like he just put out pop songs. Do y'all see Drake as like a quote unquote real rapper or like a pop star?
Well, yeah, I think he's just elevated his career. Like in all this, it is great that I feel like your greats can see like them bleed and have different issues, but what Drake has done for his career is nothing to be played with. Like even if you want to, for the genre of hip hop, him being able to make it simplistic and for the masses is something that he should be applauded for, not just because hip hop can be both. Is what I'm saying. Like you can be the.
I'm talking about to you. Do you see Drake as a real rapper or a pop star?
A real rapper.
Okay.
I look at him as both, honestly.
I feel like he a pop star. Like
To me,
he make good songs. He use a lot of writers. He's not coming from nowhere.
You can always do that. That's how I see him as a rapper.
I see what you're saying. So you saying because he started in something real.
Well, for a large part of his career before the Hit Factory turned on.
When what part? Take Care was when the Hit Factory.
So what's a real rapper?
I would say
what's
like
a real rapper to you?
2016.
Yeah, there you go. Like
Is when Summer 16 tour started, was like Hit Factory, because that was Controller,
One Dance.
that was the One Dance, yeah, like
So what's considered who's a real
when
rapper?
Uzi was
Think
around.
real rappers like who are the real rappers?
I probably, when I say real rappers, I'll probably go to like what like the essence of hip hop, like. And when I think about hip hop, I think about like cultural revolution. I think about standing for something. I think about all of those things. And so like real rappers to me is like people like Meek, like people like Kendrick, people like Nipsey, people that like really was rapping to give you a visual of their situation, and like it meant something to them deeply. To express themselves like that.
I can argue Drake did that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. For the hits.
And everybody complains about like rappers not being able to get to change with the times and get better and go to the next level. And that's what, i.e. a Kanye West, i.e. a Drake, people who just, fuck it, I'm doing everything. And I'm going to make it hot and it's going to go number one. It's kind of different level than when you can stay in a certain box. Like if Drake was so rapping about the shit he was and Take Care, we wouldn't be listening to it.
So
At this level.
So do y'all think that Drake is a culture vulture? Like, do you think that he benefits disproportionately off the culture?
Say that,
I wouldn't. I mean, because he is still
Like
black.
That video, man. That video of him talking to Peter Rosenberg makes it feel that way.
Did you see the video when he at the table and he's talking about how slang words is ghetto to him? Like how he felt.
I didn't see that. I didn't see it.
Maybe
I
he
don't know what
just
video you
is
talking
not
about.
as like well spoken and well explained, because
He sounded white though. Like when he was at the table.
he's half white. Like mixed people are mixed people. They
But what he
can't
mean by something white is that that's
like
what he-
he's half white.
But that's what I'm saying,
But
because
that does not mean he's not also half black.
He's saying
It's like, you know-
I can't change my personality, right? I
Right.
can't. Like
But you're
you said,
just
he's
black.
half white. But if you talk a certain way, that's how you.
Yeah, but
That's
but,
how you- like,
and
but
but
I used to,
here's the
like,
thing. Here's the
listen.
thing. You can, because black people code switch.
I do.
Exactly.
But I'm still
so it's the
myself,
same thing.
but I don't.
and so is he. But yourself is different from his. He's mixed. He's black and white. You're just black. So you code switch within that, and he code switches within a different variable that we don't understand because we're not mixed. I'm not defending
So if
him.
you're
All
saying
I'm
that-
saying is
so
when
if
you look
you're
at the
saying that-
facts, that's what it is. Yeah, he's also not from America, and he was raised with a white mom. All of those factors matter.
so
but
look,
he's
so
still
so
black.
if we put all of that into perspective, right? If we put all of the fact that he's from Canada, the fact that he has a white mom, the fact that he's not technically, hip hop is a black American thing.
that
And I'm basically
ventured,
going off what you said, though.
but it's
You feel what I'm
it
saying?
ventured
What you
out
just said when he
into
was talking
all.
about how he thinks slang words are so ghetto and all that. And then he uses fucking slang words all the time in his music.
So do we, but we're not
But
going to
that's
go
not
to our
authentic.
professional jobs and
I'm not
start
gonna
talking
go to,
slang.
but I'm also not going to talk down on it.
Right.
Right? So I'm not going to go to my boss and say, I think slang words are ghetto. No, I know my culture. I know the background of it, so I don't think of it. However, I didn't even see this video, but I'm just saying, however he was thinking about it, what he was saying, talking about, yeah, these things are ghetto. He capitalized off of slang words.
He's capitalizing off the
every
fact
day.
that he can play both
So that's
sides.
not authentic.
I think he is a culture vulture.
So that's-
if
I
you
don't-
saw the
I
way
don't
he
even
said,
call it
if
culture
you
vulture.
saw the way he said the N word.
I'm just saying it's not authentic. Be your authentic self in every room you go in.
Which
But
one?
how
What?
does a,
I
how,
go in a room. I
how,
could be in a room with
how
with
authentically
Steven.
does a mixed person act?
But which one of us? Like which one of us? Like
I could be in a room with Jay-Z. I could be in a room with Charles. I could be in a room with fucking Steve Rosenberg. I'm
how
gonna be my authentic
authentically,
self,
though?
but I can fit in and be myself.
But you're just a black man. How authentically does a mixed person act?
Slang,
there's
slang is
like
ghetto, right? To him.
I don't.
But he capitalized off of slang. That's how he makes his money. He goes in the room with Meek Mills, Lil
Mm-hmm.
Wayne. He talking with slang. It's not authentic. If you just said the shit was ghetto, do you go to the next from it? Use the same shit that's not authentic.
Is it hypocritical? Yes.
Yes, that's what I mean.
But I wouldn't say that he's inauthentic as a black person because we have black people that are Uncle Toms. Straight up.
I'm not saying they're not inauthentic either. Don't put this on this shit. Play the game. I'm saying he used to go to school, pants down, thugging, and then play the game, talk to his white friends, and be a whole different person. They just say the same shit. Damn, what are you talking about right now? Like he be on the game, talk like in a whole different reality. Like you said, his mom not white.
But
I think he
he'll
has
be-
to have the duality though. Like if we're giving him credit for being black, I think he just has to have the black experience somewhere. And the question is, where is that at? Because we don't know it. Oh, because where is that at? Because we don't know where his black experience is at. Like in Drake's life, he didn't told us about being in Houston and with his pop or is it Memphis? I can't remember. Somebody check that. But back in the day when he was talking about these travels and when his career kind of took that uptick, it kind of felt like he was telling you that, yo, I was around this. But then when you go back and see these videos, it looks like you might have only, and then he explains his upbringing, explain how he went to all Jewish schools and how he had a bar mitzvah.
But for all of us, right? All of us who have had experiences in black culture, right? Which like there's pictures of Drake in blackface. Who is coming like who is going to be able to convince any of us to put on blackface and smile for the camera? Like,
But it's like he also was probably the only black kid in a room of 50 white people. That's very
Convince you to
And
do
if
that.
you let them-
But sometimes, listen, until you have that experience yourself, it's possible. You can say up and down, oh, I'm not doing that, I'm not doing this, be as Malcolm X, as Black Panther as you want to be. When you are in that position and you're uncomfortable and you're the only black person in a sea of white faces, you don't know what you'll do to be and feel comfortable and be accepted, especially at a young age when your mind and your confidence is still molding in yourself. You don't know what you'll do.
So that's the reason why that people say what they saying as far as him being a culture vulture, because you basically just explained it to us.
He may just be lost. Like mixed children,
That's true.
They sometimes, I've talked to many mixed people.
I know.
They feel lost in the world. They don't know where they belong. Too black for some, too white for some. It's like right in the middle. And all of us can relate to that. Not as people, not knowing where to fit in, and all of the identity crises that we go through, and all of that stuff. So to add the other layer of race onto it is just like, it's something that many people are not going to understand unless you've been the only black person for a long duration of time in a room full of white people.
and that's why Kendrick say I don't like when you say nigga, because you don't like that word is affiliated with a black struggle or a blackness that
You
you
do
don't,
have a black struggle.
which he
The
does,
black
but
struggle of being
in a white space,
yeah,
in a-
and trying to figure out like
in a white space. But also at the same time, I think we cannot look past the fact that how Drake shows, like Kendrick said, I like when you sing melodies. I don't like when you act tough, because it's like that's not what you projecting, is not you, and it's not where you from, and it's not what you do. And I would be cooler with you. Like we could be cool, like the same way J. Cole is mixed. J. Cole is half and half, just like Drake is half and half, but they have had different
I feel
experiences.
like the lore is that Drake is from the suburbs and J. Cole is from the hood. And I feel like that whole Malibu's Most Wanted, like called him B-Rad, it's more that than anything, than the appropriation and the being fake.
That's kind of what come with.
It wasn't B-Rad appropriate?
Well,
Yeah, he was.
the appropriate, yeah, he was, but he also was white. Drake is black. he was trying, I feel sometimes, to connect. But why you laugh? What's funny?
It's hard.
It was a great. I really like that movie. All right. So to move on a little bit on the subject of cultural appropriation, we have the DJ Vlad situation, and I don't know if y'all heard about the DJ Vlad situation, but what happened was DJ Vlad put on Twitter that the Kendrick mix on Not Like Us was not on to par. I'm paraphrasing, but he said it's not up to par. And then a black professor from Princeton said that you are white. This is a black folk affair. And he replied, wait, so a professor at Princeton, he tagged Princeton, is telling me that a white person shouldn't be allowed to voice their opinion about hip hop? Is that how you interact with your students? ? She responded, what I'm saying is that you put your opinion in a discussion that's not needed. This conversation is about and should center around black people and not you. How do you?
And that's exactly not like us, because only Vlad would go and tag her job,
Right.
and be petty like that. Like,
And then try and take it all back like he didn't do that though, and for everybody to see, he was like, "No, I just was trolling. I just was getting back at the way she was getting with me." And it's like she
Right.
responded like, "No, guys, like
To what?
No,
What?
it was
What
black
was?
business.
So
I don't think you can be wrong on
Vlad,
Twitter.
though.
It's Twitter.
he is a fad.
Man,
Nobody-
they can
Yeah.
talk about it, man. If you're a fan, you can talk about
But
it.
tread lightly.
I feel like
Keep it at I like it or I don't like it if
so-
you white or non-black. Just keep it at I like it or I don't like it. Don't say nothing else.
So on the topic of do y'all believe the professor was wrong for telling Vlad that he shouldn't speak on this beef between two black rappers? Just yes or no. Do you think the professor was wrong? I mean, I say yes.
No.
No.
I say yes too.
So the reason why I say yes is because I feel like her point, like she had a underlying point to make. Like I don't feel like she was responding to Vlad's comment in that moment. I felt like that was the straw that broke the camel's back for her. Like if you've paid attention to hip hop culture or Vlad in the past, you know that Vlad puts black people in a compromising situation a lot of the time. You know that a lot of the times he understands systems and structures of power, and he asks questions to goad black rappers into either confessions or looking crazy because he knows that's a headline.
Or further in beefs.
Or further in beefs because he knows that's a headline. I feel like that's extremely nutty. And so being that the professor from Princeton seemed very knowledgeable about the culture, I'm sure that she knew the type of person that Vlad is. And because he's that type of person, it's like, no, you don't get to talk on this, because that's how I've been feeling. But because she said it on a tweet that's about the mix of the song, because Vlad spoke on the mix of the song, it's like it takes away from her point. That's why I feel like she shouldn't have put it on that particular tweet. I feel like she's completely validated in feeling how she feels, and I feel how she feels, but I feel like as a culture, and I feel like it's another side to this too.
Let me rebut whenever you're ready, because
Right. I feel like it's another side to this too, because she did put it on that tweet and Vlad responded how he responded, it definitely opened up the doors to this conversation and to a conversation that should have been had about people like Vlad, like Adam 22, that capitalize off the culture and don't really add anything to it.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like, and just to go back to something we all probably experienced. Remember, we was in class and your friend wanted to see you, but he would peek his head through the window, but he couldn't get in the class. That's how white people should be in hip hop culture. It's black culture. You should be able to, you can look around, but when you comment and you want to kind of discredit something that you may not understand, because what he's talking about was the hardest beat out to me. And it's very much a show of kind of like, yo, from all the music that you tell us about, like I watched his Drink Champs and he gives you all his history about hip hop and how this started for him and how he was around kind of since the beginning in his mind. And then you say something like that, it kind of shows that you're not really trying to be like you like take it from the culture, but I think you should just be observing it. I think he's just like you're a spectator. Right. So spectate, you can have your opinion, but spectate. And I think for us, we giving him so much of a voice because we love negativity, we love violence, we love fucking hood shit, and he gives it a light and a voice just like Adam does, that we kind of overlook the fact that this is the white man doing all this.
Yeah. What y'all think about it?
I agree with the woman because it just, it's he just can't relate. And for him to not like that song specifically, it further states the point that you're not like us. And I'm not even going to say like I'm a heavy fan of the song or like not or anything like that. But, there are some things that you just will not understand, just like black people don't understand casseroles in all of its glory. In all of its glory.
So he didn't like the mix of the song.
Mix, so he thought it sounded sloppy. He likes the song, but
and we don't care what you think.
And that's how she felt.
And it really, I wish that the entitlement of the Caucasian community would just settle in that way. We actually don't care what you think.
And that's what
I wish more black people would adopt that mindset. Don't care what they think because they're not like us.
And that's what I feel like that's what ultimately, that's what she was saying.
We actually don't care.
At first I disagreed. Like I was like, man, he a fan, but
he's not a fan. He's white.
Yeah, like you just said, you could be a fan, but like you just said, you don't understand. So, y'all just kind of
just go on here.
So after that was said, Vlad followed up with, I never had any intention of filing a complaint to Princeton for former Professor Morgan Jenkins, that was the professor's name, saying that white people aren't allowed to comment on Kendrick Lamar's music. She trolled me and I trolled her back. At the end of the day, it created an interesting discussion about race relations in America. I will be discussing it further in my future interviews.
See what I mean? Like that, just baiting. And, they throw rocks and hide their hand. You have full intention on ruining that woman's reputation because she told you to shut up.
Yeah, I felt the same way. I felt like, why did you tag Princeton twice? You felt like I didn't like the same way.
Platform's so big, like bro, they saw that, man.
And they have no choice. They're probably going to take some type of action because no matter what, that's going to draw attention.
Yeah.
And that woman worked hard. It's very hard to be a black person at an Ivy League. He is not that and will never be that. And he solely makes his money off the backs of black people and their traumas. Yeah. And then you went and created more trauma. Who knows what that woman had to go through to be to that point. And you mad because she told you to mind your business because you should have been minding your business anyway.
I definitely think that Vlad being a hip hop journalist adds a different layer to it, to be like, I've been doing this for years. This is my whole thing that I give contributions to hip hop culture, and hip hop accepts me, so I should be allowed to do this. And this is like the first time that, I'm not gonna say the first time, but a public time that he's being checked. Like, no, like we don't want your opinion. It's not the first time, but I'm saying like a time, and it's a public way you reacted to it. But I definitely think that him tagging Princeton for me is at the point where I felt like Vlad should be canceled. Like, get him out of here. Because it's like, you keep putting black people in compromising positions, whether it's the rappers you interview or the women that tweet you. If you don't know how to, it's like being in somebody's crib and you don't know how to act. You feel what I'm saying? You stepping on all my carpet and I asked you to take your shoes off at the door. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you're not respecting the whole thing. So if you don't understand you're in somebody else's house to the point where you trying to call the cops on me for pulling a gun out on you in my house. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you're not supposed to be here. You're an intruder in my crib.
You bodied that kind of like, you ever been to another culture's house for the first time and you walk around kind of not knowing and they showing you, but you're just like observing. You there, you're a part of it, but you just don't understand everything. So they letting you know what's going on. Yeah. Now, could you imagine that same way you walk in this person's crib and they want your shoes off, but you got your shoes on, you go in the fridge, you good touching shit. That's not your culture. Just sit there and observe. Let us show you what's going on. Right. Just enjoy enjoy what you're watching.
Right.
And that's something that they can't do. And historically, that is colonization.
That's a fact. And I feel like to to get back to
Pack the shit out of this.
no real rap. To get back to to get back to Kendrick's point a little bit about how Drake is a colonizer and how all of this kind of goes together, and the fact that Vlad like perfectly put himself in the position of a colonizer, I feel like is what Kendrick hates. Kendrick hates people like that give commentary, that want to offer or even make hits with the culture, but you don't know how to defend its people. Drake, you don't like black women. Stop making money off the backs of black women. Drake, you don't like you like blackness when it's good for you. You feel what I'm saying? Stop making money off the backs of real hood people. You feel what I'm saying? Who take that like rain, sleet, hail, or snow, whatever, however it comes, that's how they gonna take it. You feel what I'm saying? Thug is on trial right now because that's his life for real. You're not on trial with Thug, but you screaming slime. You feel what I'm saying?
No, you body that.
Y'all
And
talking, man. Y'all talking for real. Especially the joint you said. You come in the house, I was just thinking about my white friend and shit. He used to tell his mom, shut up. He come to my mom. He come to my house, tell my mom, shut up.
Please,
Beat the shit out of him. But I'm just saying, that's crazy.
But it's like you gotta learn the rules of the house. And if you're not gonna respect the rules of the house, you gotta get out. You feel what I'm saying? And I feel like a lot of times as black people, we don't be properly putting the rules of the house first. You feel what I'm saying? And I feel like that's what Kendrick is trying to do, and that's what Professor Morgan Jenkins was trying to do.
no, you bodied that. And also, like, I feel like the colonizer line kind of goes directly to that AI situation. Like, for me, like, if you bring a lot about how ancient works, they usually bringing something new to people that don't usually have it. And he's bringing AI to the forefront to the masses to make it okay to do. And to me, that's a sign for me to go watch what happen in a few years now. Because the biggest artist is writing for your old favorite hit, one who's passed away, one who's an older statesman who doesn't really rap that much anymore, and he threw it out in this meaningless kind of way. It was to get people ears ready for when you gonna hear it again. When you hear that new Biggie record on the radio and they be like, yo, this is fresh Biggie, and it's written by Drake, and y'all like, oh, okay, we gonna listen to it. And that's part of like you colonizing hip hop to me, because soon it's not gonna be us. It's gonna be a bunch of white people behind writing, and you gonna hear the black voice you know and fit.
And that's crazy because that get us right into what Vince Staples was talking about. Vince Staples was asked how he felt about the beef, and this is how he responded. He said, "I'm signed to Universal Music Group, right? I've been signed to Universal since I was 17. I haven't got a back end. That means when you turn in the album, they give you payment. I haven't got a back end since 2017, 2018. So I done been on the same record label for 13 years, so to say. That record label just folded all of its independent labels and subsidiaries into each other, which means how we was kids and we had Rockefeller and you had Def Jam, you got all these things, none of them exist anymore. They fired all the heads of the labels, and if they didn't, they turned them to glorified A&Rs. They cut off 50% of the people who work in all these departments. Most of these people is us, people of color that come from hip-hop and R&B and those other things, right? Then you got record labels opening up IPOs. You got record labels destroying their relationship with TikTok, Spotify, things that pay artists because they want to start their own shit. So then we're getting priced out of our contracts. We're getting priced out of our imprints. There are no labels basically that are incentivizing to sign black music. And it's happening in front of our eyes. And while Taylor Swift is fighting for people to be able to have streaming money, niggas is on the internet arguing with each other about some rap stuff. And so like, I feel like it's a lot of layers to that. And one part is like you were saying, is that in a lot of ways it signs that they're trying to box us out of something that's supposedly ours. You feel what I'm saying? Like hip hop came from black people, it belongs to black people, but the more that they feel the liberty, the more that they feel the ability to get rid of black music executives, to get rid of whole music departments full of the people that bring the culture to them because they have AI, because they have, analytics and people like Drake, which is what I feel like Kendrick is saying a lot of times. It's like you have somebody who's going to drop every year, copy every style, and it takes the place of actual people. You feel what I'm saying? So how y'all feel about what Vince Staples has said about the industry, and do you think it takes away from the beef between Drake and Kendrick?
Take away in what way? Take away what?
Like, do you feel like it's more important things we should be worried about? So like,
Absolutely.
You feel like that?
1,000%.
It's always a million more things we should be worried about. Also, the white people make money either way.
Right, because Kendrick is signed to Interscope, and Drake is signed to Universal, and Interscope is signed to Universal. So either way, the white person is.
Even if they just streamed on YouTube, don't white
Right.
people on YouTube as well? You
Yeah.
know, like no matter what, it's just not us.
Well, again, the greatest thing they say white people invented was the patent office. Like again, like this is the same thing. Like
Who said that?
say it. I can give you the exact quote, but it's there. You look it up. But in the fact of like them taking ownership of something is kind of like the best way to do it. Like, hey, whatever, you made it, but let me get it off you. It's mine now. Like if you say with Thomas Edison with electricity. I said that right? I think I said it right. Or I'm talking about Ben Franklin. I'm thinking about Thomas Edison.
Wait, what you?
Is it Thomas Edison or Ben Franklin?
Ben Franklin.
Ben Franklin. Is electricity.
Invented electricity.
Well, who the black boy? There was a black boy
Ben
that made
Franklin.
electricity, though, right? Am I tripping?
I don't know.
It's a
we'll,
black
we'll,
boy-
we'll fact check.
Oh,
Somebody
I-
will find
story
out.
go,
Yeah, I've
yeah.
heard that, and then Ben Franklin
I
coined
don't know
it.
why I thought that was Edison, but
Yeah,
Yeah,
but that's what all the things.
all the things, and that's what I'm saying with hip hop is like, well, entertainment. Like
Louis
we're the most.
Lattimore.
Louis
Lattimore
invented electricity
Yes, he inspired Thomas Edison.
and inspired Thomas Edison.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Thomas Edison invented electricity.
Yes.
not
Yes.
Ben Franklin.
Not Ben Franklin.
Yeah, there we go.
But Louis Lattimore invented
Electricity.
electricity and Thomas Edison.
What did Ben Franklin?
Thomas Edison invented the light bulb.
Yeah.
Yeah. Based
But-
on
It came
Louis
from Louis
Lattimore.
Lattimore.
Who was a black person?
I think Ben
Franklin discovered electricity.
Like discovered the fact that you can
Get
conduct it.
electricity, yeah,
Yeah.
but then I think Thomas Edison find a way to like reproduce it.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I said all that to say pretty much like that's kind of what it like. That's the part I feel like Vince is saying. Like, look, yo, and again, I say this all the time. Look, we don't own nothing. Like, our own culture is owned by everyone else. We're the best athletes. We're the best musicians. We're the best actors. But we own zero shit there. Like right now, like we spoke about before, like what's going on with Paramount, and I think they bossed that brother out of buying Paramount, even though he got the money. Like, yo, you can be black and have all the money in the world, and they still won't let you own nothing.
Yeah, because all of those, but I can't remember the exact number. I learned about it years ago, but like of all the entertainment industries, radio, TV, and art, whatever, it's only owned by like 3 main companies, 3 conglomerates. So it's just like, so just think about it as like a pyramid trickling down. There's the top of the pyramid, and there's the 3. I can't remember the names at the moment, and then under that, there are the other, like, you know, just all of the companies. It just branches off into what they own. So Disney's owned by Sony, right? Or something like that.
Disney own like everything. So Disney owned by Bob. Not owned by Bob Iger. It's owned by shareholders, but he's the CEO now.
Disney, Warner Brothers, Discovery, and Paramount.
Yeah,
They
those
own
4.
everything?
They own everything, everywhere here that we know. They filter and control all of the media. Literally, just those 4. And think
Visual
about
media.
how. No.
No, record labels is owned by, like, music is owned by separate, like Lucius Line. Like, I said Lucius Line. Lucius Line. His name is Lucius, though, but it's not Lucius Line. What's Lucius' last name? Shit. The record elect. The nigga that started Def Jam. But what's his last name?
Universal Sony. It's Universal Sony and Warner.
Cookie.
Yeah. So 3.
Yeah.
And even still, even with it
I
being
said-
owned
I
by
said
a different
Leon.
thing, I knew I was.
Yeah,
I knew I
his
was.
name not- it's Leor. Yeah.
I knew Sony was
Well,
one of
man.
them, though. But I was thinking about music. But even with that, of all of the music and things that we hear, there's still 3 main companies that own and filter everything that we hear and see. So even the activism and the Black Power music and all of that, it gotta go through white people to be approved.
That's why you gotta start your own, man. Something like, hey, be a winner in the culture.
In the end, it's
Start your own and stream it on what? YouTube? That's owned by who and owned by.
Start your own website. It's all right there for you. You could literally, like 85 South is a good example off the top of my head, where they moved all their shit behind a paywall to their own website. I think Vince Staples has one as well, where to see their show, you got to go pay on their website to see it new and upcoming, and that's where they merch our tour tickets. So it's their own e-commerce right there. I mean, yeah,
but
because
what
only your
about
people
when?
coming.
But what about when like the World Wide Web is like? What if that crashes one day? Who owns the World Wide Web? Who owns the internet? Who controls all that? Not us. So you're still using their resource. You're still using their resource no matter what.
It's the same.
The people you already playing for Netflix, Max, all these other outlets.
It's not. You
Yeah,
get
so,
your piece of the pie however you want it, but still you use those people's ingredients to make your pie.
But also, as somebody who does those streaming services, I do the black ones too. If I'm gonna give anybody white money, I'm definitely giving to black people. So like, I enjoy content, but I'll definitely go to 85 stuff. I'll get Kevin on Stage Studios and keep it forever. I don't even watch it sometimes, but he get my $5 a month every month. Because it's poignant to me to make sure I support our culture at every chance, especially in one that I'm trying to get into.
All right, so on the topic of ownership and us owning things, let's talk about a little bit our own endeavors and the stuff that you know we own and the businesses that we try and build, the creative endeavors that we're trying to get into. I want to give like one positive of what we doing, of what you're doing right now, you know, creatively or entrepreneurially, and one struggle that you having right now, creatively or entrepreneurially. I don't know if entrepreneurially is a word, but
hey man,
you feel what I'm saying? I feel like y'all understand what I'm saying.
I call Lee our Lucius Lion, so I think you can say whatever you want.
I'll go first though. I feel like and also like tell the audience what you do and like, you know, how you try and go about it right now, what's your angle right now. I think that I talked to a lot of young people like our age recently, probably in the last 2 weeks, that all have a job and all have a passion. You feel what I'm saying? And trying to find the balance between the two is really difficult, or trying to find how to turn your creative business into like a viable business, or if that's even something to do. So I think one positive thing about what I've been doing entrepreneurially, which mainly has been focused on content creation, like the podcast, like the Winners Culture, but also like my own content creation type business, is understanding like where we're all at, like where people our age are at, so that when we come here, we can talk about things or create a community that's uplifting, or that just makes people feel like they're not alone when it comes to the struggles they face about entrepreneurship. Because I feel like I've been doing it seriously for really only like a month now, for real. And the first week was great. You know what I'm saying? I made all this money. The first week, and then the next, it's not. I feel like my struggle was different because it wasn't even like it dried up or nothing like that. It was more like to do the business of content creation. It's a lot that goes with it in terms of knowing what the client needs and what they want, because a lot of times they don't. And to feel like a good person myself, I feel like I want to deliver the highest amount of value to your business so that it helps. If I just give you content and you don't know what to do with it, it's not helpful to you. You feel what I'm saying? Or it could be helpful to you, but it was an accident. Whereas I want it to be like a automatic. And so getting the foundational structure of things has been a challenge to me, and something I've been a lot more diligent about more recently. What about y'all?
No, I mean, you buy it. In the comments you were saying, it's kind of like too much success too fast can sometimes be a detriment. Like when I first started, it was definitely like I was able to hit
Tell them what
ground.
you do.
Oh yeah, I'm Jay, owner of Prolific Studios and Prolific Productions, powered by M. Gotti Beauty. Go use that promo code Prolific. But in starting that, I kind of was able to garner very quickly clients immediately. Like I didn't even really turn the lights on yet, and somebody was like, "Oh no, I'm trying to come through." Just sitting at a table at one of our friends' event, and that trickled down. And before I knew it, I was forgetting my own podcast. I was forgetting why I bought all this shit in the first place. And then I was just at a point the money became not even worth it because to deal with the clients, like in the sense of some people's issues. And before you have your structure set up, you don't know what to allow, what not to allow. And some things you may oversight, like, hey, me using my actual phone number might be a detriment to my business, because why are you calling me at 10 o'clock for a shoot tomorrow that we are everything done, discussed for? Why isn't this an email if you had concerns and shit like that?
So like, you know, just because I know you and I feel like this information is like important, how have you internally been dealing with like you doing it or having a 9 to 5 and also having like creative or entrepreneurial pursuits?
That's my biggest struggle right now. I mean, from like even beyond this great conversation with Will Times talking about like the struggle, your salary might be the thing that's holding you back. And as somebody with a family and believe that you got to have income, but also picks a big thing in a leap of faith. Like I done had to take a leap of faith in my life a couple of times. So is that, I mean, I feel like it's like, how do you know when you're at that crossroads where it's like, all right, is it taking too much away from me to still pour into this while also not pouring into my business? Like in this convo, he was like, yo, your job getting the best hours of your day. And it's true in the fact, even how much you bullshit or whatever it is, your energy is being used and wasted somewhere else that could go into your own business. So I'm struggling with that every day because it'd be like, that's why my argument today was kind of like, hey, if y'all could find a way to get me fired, good luck, bitch, I'm out. Like, you still gonna do the job? Like, and that's how I felt about it. So it's kind of like at that crossroads, I feel like, but it's kind of also in my mind like, dog, this is free money almost. So you got to kind of, and for me, it's kind of just making sure I always use it to power my studio, power my productions, and make shit better. So at least it's not going to waste my time.
Yeah, and to piggyback off what you said, like having a job, like nothing. When you building something, it never happens overnight. So like piggybacking off what you said, the job is basically in your perspective. I mean, in your position, it's like basically like a business partner, right? Because sometimes, like when you build something, it never happens overnight. You need support, whether it's a person, whether it's your job. You know, you got to put certain stuff into. Everybody don't have. It might be your family. Some people might have family. Might be in a relationship. Might have. You need some type of support because you build something. It's not going to happen overnight. So, you know, it's going to be ups. It's going to be downs. So during the time, like basically like right now, right, when you just saying like the relate to just regular people, right? I'm like me and him got a company together, but he ain't really on it. But it's like a carrier company, right? So like during this time, I'm trying to like we trying to build something, but it's like, you know, it take money, it take time, it take energy, it take everything. So that's why I've been like doing more like working more. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a lot that goes to it, and I already got a lot of responsibility with what I got going on anyway.
Can you tell the people a little bit about what you got going on and like, you know, how you keep it going?
Like what I'm talking about specifically right now, right?
No, just like everything you got going on. Then you could get to the specifics of like what you focused on right now.
About the 1,500 businesses, you know what I'm saying? You bored.
So, well, everybody know about the e-commerce as far as the honey and everything else I got going on with that. Then it's the real estate stuff as far as like being a landlord, property management, and also something that's new. The newest thing is like the medical carrier stuff as far as like it's like transporting period. It's kind of like delivery, but it's like right now I'm working for myself, right? Well, we working for ourselves, but I'm working for myself. So right now I got to actually work like every day, like to build this company, got to make money, got to learn the business, got to get contracts, stuff like that. And I still do work like a job overnight. That's like my business partner for my business as far as like, cause it's stuff you got to pay for. If anybody knows, nothing is free. Whether it's OPM, whether it's your own money. When you're building a business, it takes money. You got to make money to make more money. You got to spend money to make money. And so that's basically where I'm at now. And leading to what I was saying, back to what you were saying, I think the same way as you. Like when I go to work, I don't enjoy work. I'm not gonna lie, I don't enjoy my job, but I keep my job because that's my business partner. As far as like it builds my business. You know what I'm saying? I don't need it, but it builds my business. So like I said, stuff doesn't happen overnight. Everybody has different type of support. One person might not need a job. Their family might support them. Another person might be in a relationship where their partner might be supportive. Every situation is different, but I'm going off. I don't even remember what the question was.
But no, like you buy that. You told him about what you was going on. But to what you were saying, I kind of like, for me, when he was talking about like early on, like with his business and him like so much success, like when that happened to me, I had to really take a moment to be like, yo, this is yours. You got to make sure you are you in it. Like at a point when I just felt like a worker, when I'm just taking all these people, I got all these customers, so it's gonna be fine. I'm making money. But at the end of the day, you feel like it's taken away from my soul, like my job. Like I can't have it both feelings, so I had to make sure I reconciled and did my business right so it works for me. Like I understand it, but I also gotta make sure it works for me and not just me just hopping in the field and working like a regular person. Because a lot of people get their own business and turn into the corporation. I don't want to be that.
Bondi.
Well, I'm gonna switch gears slightly. I feel like what I have been doing positively is setting boundaries. And
Tell them what you do first, my fault.
not that we don't already know, but I am a hairstylist. And so I have been setting boundaries with that because sometimes it's very easy to feel and operate like a machine. And for that to be expected of you, I feel like when you're in any type of service provider, when you're in any type of service provider position, the consumer look at you like a machine. It's like I ordered my product, I ordered my this, I want it. Whether it's somebody, filming at your studio and they want their video cut, whether it's, one of your tenants, they want something fixed, or, content creation, anything. Like it's, you feel like a machine sometimes. And because we are a culture of like hustle and work and get into the bag, it's like, the whole you can sleep when you're dead. And I have decided that I don't subscribe to that thinking anymore. I'm going to sleep tonight.
That makes sense.
At a reasonable time. And I'm going to do my skincare. And I'm going to make sure, I'm getting myself ready for bed. Like, so I have decided to set some boundaries. And, of course, with that came a lot of other adjustments that I was prepared for and not prepared for at the same time, but just adjustments to lifestyle overall. So I think that that's a really positive thing for me. I've been setting boundaries, and like the clients and my girls that rock with me, they rock with me, boundaries and all. Whatever I'm with, they with, and I love that for me and for them because that's a great partnership. What was the second part of the question? What's not working?
What are you struggling with right now?
I'm struggling with setting boundaries. Oof. It's hard either way. It's hard because when the money's calling, you want to answer, especially when you have that mindset. Somebody call you at 10 a.m. Hey, can you squeeze me in real quick? Or like, just any of it. Can you fly out to do this video shoot? Can you come here to do this? Or can I book X amounts? Like, can I do something outside of your parameters? Like, so it's hard.
Oh, you bodied that also. My girl was just telling me that, and it was like, yo, repeat it. You got to set boundaries.
You got to set boundaries.
So
you
like,
gotta say no.
I feel like
I think men, we
there's
see
no
opportunity
balance.
And we kill it, and we just be like, I'm gonna keep
no
killing
such
it,
thing
and
as
killing
balance.
it, and you'll forget that you like gotta live your life and be involved in your everyday and be a person and still like not just go for the goal so much. Like I be like so goal oriented sometimes to be like, yo, you got things.
And the thing is,
else going on.
sometimes it don't even be goal oriented. It's like muscle memory. When people treat you like a machine and you are not cognizant of its effect on you, you start to behave and operate like a machine. Yeah. So it's not even a goal. You don't have no goal. The goal is do what these people want you to do, which is provide the service and make the money and pay these bills. You're a machine.
Blind these bullet points, man, and killing this shit.
And I feel like too, or more than I feel like, I want to ask y'all this because I feel like we're all in service-based professions for real. And I think one thing I definitely overestimated and underestimated when getting into a service-based profession is how people's energy affect you, or how you like customer service towards people when you the one that's dealing with the people directly. You feel what I'm saying? How do y'all deal with that, and how do y'all feel?
I almost be the old man up on Friday, so I ain't the best. I ain't the best person to.
I did be the old man up, but
He said I did be the old man.
I'm bad. But like we dealing with different people. Everybody different. Everybody background's different. Everybody personality's different. You just got to be able to It depends, right? Sometimes you got to know when not to say nothing. Sometimes you got to know how to react, how to talk to different people, because everybody is different. So you might say something. You might be joking with somebody about whatever. Like you might be doing some kinds with somebody. They might say they want a certain way. You might make a little joke. They might take it out of your character. And sometimes you got to know when to just be like, you know what?
I'm gonna walk away. Like, yeah, I'm cool.
Sometimes you just got to. Everybody different, man. Just people like, you know what I'm saying, whether it's their background, whether it's their mental health, the space they're in at that time, everything is just different. So it's like, yeah, it's just
It's different. No, it's facts though. And then when you dealing with them, for me, like the issue be kind of like the struggle of like, yo, remembering where you are and what you're doing, but who you naturally are. Like so many times at work, my natural self is like screaming to come out and smack the shit out of somebody. And I'm really like in my mind, like almost to the point that like, you know, how you get something, you get tears where you like, dog, I gotta say this the perfect way. Yeah. And for me also as a leader in my main job is showing like strength to my employees, because like people in my job go through, like people really will berate you about, because it's dealing in the health industry. Like it's health, it's insurance, and somebody's talking to you in a certain way because they shit not together. And for me,
what do you do? Like,
I run an eye care facility.
Okay.
So in those situations, when you're going through those situations, and I gotta have my employees stay tough and stern, I gotta be able to advocate for them too, because I'm not one of them people that's like, when the manager comes, like, oh, what you need? No, it's gonna be like, hey, what's going on? Well, no, they explain that properly. That is the policy. We can help you, but it's nothing wrong here. And then, oh, well, who you supposed to be? And you got to be able to efficiently kind of bring down a situation, but also have your employee back. So in those situations, I kind of stir more. But when it's directly me face to face, and I got to be like, dog, you are completely wrong, and you raising your voice. Who are you talking to? I will smack. And yeah, so that's my brain constantly. But it's also realizing, yo, no, you're here for a reason. You can't act like that. But these people will try. They want you to. Like in my mind, once I learn people sue jobs, most people are provoking you try and get a check.
People
That's
always
a good
try to
point.
provoke
That's a
you,
good
man.
point.
That's the world. Like it's crazy, because just how you say, right? Like I said, like I worked in mental health for a long time, right? They really be trying to provoke you, but you got to really know, like, you know how many times you really want to smack. You can smack everybody in the fucking world, bro. Like you said, that ain't gonna work. You just gotta know. You gotta know who you are. Like that's like somebody. I can't say this on this. That's like somebody calling you out your name, right? I can't say it. I'm gonna say it. You just cut out. No, you're not a. So like, how you gonna respond to that, right? I'm seriously, like I've been talking about mental health page before. Like,
Dog, the bleeps in my mouth.
My fault, I'm drawing. No. But it's just making me think.
He was going to say nigger, like hard. I don't know.
I've been calling the bitch.
I did not think he was going.
But like the way you respond, like I laugh at shit like that when it's mental, because these people really different, bro. They want to provoke you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like just like the shit with me when they called him gay and he started tweaking. You know what I'm saying? They're like, oh, he must be gay. He like, I love pussy so much. Like, what? Somebody, you know what I'm saying? It's like you just got to know, man.
That was a sad day for our city.
Yeah.
Vlad, how do you deal with people? Like, how do you keep the balance, not let their energy affect where you at?
I have been in a business exchange, in a life exchange with people for a very long time. So I've had a lot of experience, a lot of different genres. So for me, I am just very firm and grounded in my own character. And that's not to say that sometimes, like, I have not thought twice about coming out of character. But it's not.
So what does that look like? What do you mean? Like, when you say firm and grounded in your own character, can you give like a story example of that? Like, what did that?
So I'm not typically a very like reactive person. I don't really yell. I don't raise my voice. I just have a baseline, and moreover, my mindset is like solution based. If there is a problem, because problems arise, it's like, what can I do to fix this? What can we do to fix this to make you happy? And when things get escalated, it's like, of course, I never let anybody disrespect me, and I don't ever intend to disrespect anybody. So when things do get heated, it's just like, I feel like I don't run away from it, whereas other people will just try to like avoid it or be passive about it. It's like, okay, you're getting a little aggressive. Let's calm down and get back to the
say that to them. Like,
absolutely. Because what if we lie? What if like that?
Have you ever had a client get aggressive with you?
For
like,
sure.
What about what though?
That calms them down.
Like when you tell them you getting a little aggressive.
Because it makes you feel so. Because I feel like the thing with women in the beauty industry, people expect you to be nasty. They expect me to be a mean girl. They expect me, and the women at the salon that I work at, they come in expecting us to be Instagram girls, expecting us to be Philly hairstylists, expecting us to be like these mean girls. And we're not. We don't got time for that. We got families to take care of. We got bills to pay. We got shit to do. And we love our clients, and our clients love us. And we understand that people have had bad experiences other places, but don't bring that trauma here because we don't ever, like, bring it to y'all. So when things do get escalated, it's like, okay, girl, calm down, because I'm not giving all that. So you don't have to do all of that. So for me, it's as simple as just putting it all out on the table.
How do they respond to that? Usually.
How do they respond to that?
Yeah, like when you
they
say
start
you
explaining themselves. Well, I'm upset because X, Y, and Z, and this, and that, and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, okay, well, you know, and then and the solutions just go from there. The conversation just goes from there. Of course, everything is situational, circumstantial. Like every person is different. But I'm at work. I'm not here to argue. I'm not at the lunch table. I don't have nothing to prove. I don't have nothing to prove. And I feel like that, before I go off into any tangent, I don't have nothing to prove.
And that angle works, though. You talk like that don't work. It actually does work because a lot of people not used to that.
Yeah.
They ready for you to act crazy because, like, I went through a similar situation when when I got my tattoo, right? I went to this guy's house and he was like, it was a bad experience, period, right? But long story short, when I left his house, I made a mistake. Like, he gave me his charger to charge my phone. When he unplugged the charger out the wall, he put it where my stuff was at. So I took his charger. So basically, it was a mistake, like an honest mistake. But he thought I stole it. Like, so he texted my phone talking crazy, like, yo, you got my charger. I'm like, oh man, my fault. I'm gonna bring you back. He like, yo. Oh, sorry. He like, yo, so why would you leave with something that you ain't come with though? Like, he taking that angle. So me, just how you just said, I called him. Listen, are you good? Why you talking to me like that? It started like that, bro. You good? Why you talking to me like that, bro? He like, no, I'm frustrated. I understand your frustration, bro. But that's an honest mistake. So, like, I sent you the money. It's an honest mistake, bro. I don't need a charge. I just spent $1,000 with you. Do you think and I also explained today, like, I spent 12 hours with you today. Things ain't go how it's supposed to go. I understand you upset, you frustrated, bro. I send you the money. I send him the money for the charger, but I just let him know, bro. I don't know what you used to, but if you knew me, you knew who I was, that's not what I'm on. Right?
Yeah.
So he started up here, right? What you on? I mean, but then it came to, you know what? I apologize. He apologized. I apologize, bro. I'm just used to it. I went through this before where somebody stole from me, this and the third. And then it's just like, you know what I'm saying? So it worked in that situation, but it's not going to work in every situation. But I'm just saying that angle works.
It just might, because a lot of it is trauma. And I feel like that is why the initial reaction cannot be you taking it personally. Because sometimes somebody might be cussing you out, because I've been cussed out many times at many jobs. My 9 to 5
client cuss you out before?
Yeah. I don't care.
Why the client?
It don't even matter. But I don't care.
That Cash App though.
Yeah, like,
Did they send it?
At the end of the day, even if a client is cussing me out and frustrated, it's just as simple as this. Are you coming or not? Because if you're not coming, I'm going to fill your spot with somebody else. God willing. Because, you know, shit be hard sometimes. But it's like, are you coming or not? If you're not coming and I can't fill your spot, I'm going to do something else to go make money. So I'm not doing all this back and forth, all that, because I love my people, but we're not friends. Like, this is a business relationship, and there's nothing to argue about. You know what I mean? So it's just like,
It's never that deep.
Yeah,
Like
and you being that upset is not from me. We've had a limited amount of encounters, small interactions, small periods of time. I might remind you of somebody else that pissed you off from your childhood, and I'm sorry. Like, I'm sorry that I remind you of something else, but I didn't do that to you, and I'm also not going to react like I did something to you either. It's just like, are you coming or not? Can we fix this or not? Like, it just is as simple as that
Like
to me
you always
sometimes.
say, a lot of people gotta go see the lady because it be stemming from the trauma or like experiences. So they, like you just said, they might already. A lot of people just need to cry.
Yeah,
Cry,
correct,
talk
though.
to somebody, like,
And
you be
journal it out.
frustrated.
And y'all try to clown me when I say I'll be crying once a month.
You schedule your cries.
Yeah,
It's
this is
completely
different when
different.
you
Like,
If we read,
Yeah.
that's still wild. You still do that?
especially
Did you
in
cry
the-
Did you cry last month?
Did I cry last month?
It's different though. Like I'm saying, like,
I
need
probably
to cry.
did.
Like, a lot of people might actually, because people try to act so tough. Like, I mean, it ain't
And
like
that
today
really
to
is a
30 if I got
defense.
cry type of joint. Like,
Yeah, it's a
but it's more
defense
like,
mechanism.
damn, like, you know what I'm saying? I lost my mom. I lost a lot. But they try to fight. You can cry. It's okay. But people try to, like, a lot of these gangsters, they do all this extra. They got a lot to get off their chest instead of talking to somebody, getting their emotions off.
They go,
You know,
like,
they
do other
they
stuff.
want to be so tough. Like, everybody, you know what I'm saying?
Because crying is a big release of energy, and I feel like we as living, breathing humans, like, we need it. Like, you know, we go through the seasons, the ocean goes through the tides, like, all of that. You need that within your body as well, and like, not crying is a defense mechanism. And,
Blondie
and not
talking today.
not reacting, not like
Little
expressing
hug, you know
your
what I'm saying?
emotions
I bet you
is
if
a
somebody
defense
just hugged them,
mechanism.
they get it all out.
They would
Somebody
cry.
for real.
Yo,
Yeah,
let me tell
probably.
y'all a story real quick though, and then we're gonna get into the to the last segment of the day, just responding to some questions that came through on Instagram, or some responses that came through on Instagram. But I was a coach when I right when I had got done coaching for Temple. I was a coach for West Catholic Strength and Conditioning, and I was coaching at this time. I was coaching the football team, and I was new to the football team. You know, they didn't know how I was coming, but I was fresh off Temple, and I'm just myself. And at this time, I don't think I had went to therapy yet. So if y'all know JJ before therapy, he was different. And so we had a practice, and one of the young boys was like, I'm putting new things into place. I went to West, you feel what I'm saying? I know how things is done, but I also know that, like, I've learned more since the last time I'm here. Y'all doing the same thing since when I was here. It's like times have changed. We need to upgrade some things. So if you've ever tried to implement a new system or bring something new to a place that's used to the old, it's a lot of pushback. You feel what I'm saying? People fight change a lot of the times. In this particular instance, it wasn't the coaches, because that's why they had brought me. They brought me because they wanted to change. But the players, not all of them was responsive. So in this particular time, it was the warm up, and I'm implementing the new warm up that we about to do for this year. And one of the young boys, like, he was a captain at the time. You feel what I'm saying? This is my first year. He was a captain. He told me basically, we not doing it to my face while we at practice, while I'm supposed to be running the practice. You feel what I'm saying? And in my brain, I tried to restrain myself. You feel what I'm saying? I didn't, though. So I embarrassed young boy. And you said I embarrassed him. But, like, what I said to him is basically, like, you're going to listen to what I say or you're going to leave. I don't care if you a captain. I don't care who you are. For real, I will replace you. You feel what I'm saying? We will replace you. And we had a heated exchange. You feel what I'm saying? Because West is also not a young boy. I mean, not a school full of, wimpy young boys. Like, they gangsters in the head. You feel what I'm saying? So it was heated for real. And we can do whatever you want to do. You feel what I'm saying? This is what I'm at practice. And so we had this exchange. It ended up going my way. And I don't know, I didn't feel the best about the exchange. So after practice, I went up to him and I'm like, I apologize for how I talked to you. You feel what I'm saying? And he had also came up to me basically to apologize. And, I just gave him a hug. And young boy broke down crying. Like he broke down crying. And he was just so tough. Like, so I'm thinking I'm talking to like a hard young boy. He just broke down crying on my shoulder. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I can feel the tears on my shoulder. And he told me that day was the anniversary of him and his friend getting shot. Like, that same day a year ago, him and his man had got shot. And so he was coming to apologize for having all that pent up animosity towards me. But, it just was a rough day for him. You feel what I'm saying? And I feel like when I hugged him in that moment was a moment to even myself to be like, I gotta learn how to hug more than I'm ready to like to be on angles with somebody. You feel what I'm saying? Especially when they learning, or when, you feel what I'm saying, I know you're not as emotionally stable. And at the time we was probably almost equally as emotionally unstable, but but during that hug, like I felt like I had the mindset or the mentality to say that I can make a change so that if this happens again, I can automatically think that there's a root of the situation that is deeper than, you know, what the interaction that we having is. You feel what I'm saying? And like
Do what talking about with her clients too. Same thing. All that animosity, man, it's coming from somewhere else, man.
Yeah, it's
you
some-
don't know, like, well, your situation, you know what I'm saying, but
yeah,
it's just.
And I mean, kids need the ultimate grace, man. It's hard out here for kids, man. It's hard out here for them, like harder than it was. Like a lot of people put a lot of stake on like the internet, but how their lives go today is completely different. Like you can have beef every day based on a phone. That was not our experience growing up. Like shit is real.
All right, so now we're gonna go to the last segment of the day is just gonna be interactive comments. So I had asked the timeline basically, you know, how they felt about the situation between DJ Vlad and the professor from Princeton. So I'm gonna just read off some of the replies, and then, you know, when it's over, y'all can respond to like how y'all felt about him. So the first person, the question was, who was wrong in this situation? And the first response was, people are delusional, saying that basically the people that picked that the professor wasn't wrong are delusional because they only see things one way. You feel what I'm saying? Like they only see when black people are wronged and not when white people are wronged in this situation, right? That was the first opinion. The next opinion was the same.
Was Vlad wronged though? Because somebody told him to mind his business.
A fucking
Like
tweet
we have
from
to
nobody.
think about what's right and wrong for
not calling her nobody.
you know, like was he wronged? No.
Personally, I don't think Vlad was wrong. Like
Exactly.
because it didn't result in no actual consequences to his life.
I think he was wrong the way he responded. I think his reaction was.
But she's saying
Yeah, he was wrong,
but
but
was
nothing-
Vlad wrong? Did something like he tried
Like nothing was
to
done
take her
against
job?
him.
Was something done to take something from him? You feel what I'm saying? In this situation,
Wrong. I think they both was wrong.
You said wrong.
wronged. Like did her comment wrong him? Basically, deter anything from him? No. You feel what I'm saying?
I got a more.
If anything, I just think that it hurt his ego
Yeah, I agree.
because men especially don't respect authority from other. They don't. Men like to be the leader of their own authority.
Right.
So hearing, especially for someone in his position, you know, especially for somebody in his position, he probably feels untouchable.
Yeah.
So it's like not only it's so layered here because not only is somebody telling him what to do, it's somebody, it's a woman, and it's a black woman.
That's real bars.
Right.
White men don't
What?
historically. It's in the text. I didn't make it up. They don't
In the
respect.
text.
They don't respect women, and they especially don't respect black women. For instance, white women got the right to vote in 1945. Black women didn't get that right till 1960.
So the next person said, I don't even know if I can read this, but people are the R word, yo, LOL. Basically saying the same thing as the first person saying that, like, we're not.
So this is in support of Vlad.
Yeah, in support of Vlad. Like, we're not, like, if Vlad, if the roles were reversed, we would feel a different way. You feel what I'm saying? Then the next person said,
Like if a white person was telling a black woman to
I think they
stay out of white culture.
Like if if she was like, yo, like this Taylor Swift mix, nah, if Vlad like, yo, shut up, this white people's business.
I would say exactly. Exactly. And he would be absolutely right in that case.
And it would have been like,
Yeah.
you know what? You're right. And
You're right.
Continue with my day.
You're not hearing it with the proper ears because
This
God
wasn't
didn't give it
made
to
for
you.
me. It was made for somebody who rhythm's a little bit different.
So she said,
You know what I'm saying?
if he would say, shut up, you're black. I don't know. Y'all might be acting like them.
I don't know if
Uncle Tommy's
if
that just talking
if
about
on the internet Vlad responded to her and said, "Shut up, you're black."
You can't.
Black,
You know you can't say that. But if you would
There's
have
a
said
difference
shut up,
between. She said,
But that's exactly what she said. She said, "Shut up, you white."
Stay out of black people's business.
what they say.
And I can argue that white people music is our business, but
Stay out of black. And even for the example that Corey gave, nobody's saying nothing about you being black. Yes, it's alluded, but it's just like stay out of white people's business because you're not white. It's no shade against being black, but you're not white.
He just can't say you
For
black.
sure.
tell
But
her
we can say you white, though.
All right.
Well, let me say this for a thing. They're like you gotta give me that cultural reference because, like, again, a lot of it is stolen and borrowed. So you really can't tell somebody else to not be involved in some shit that you stole and borrowed or bought.
Right.
What's some white people shit?
I was about to say that. Yeah.
What's some white people stuff?
What is white culture? I mean, we can talk about it.
Like you said casserole. It's like,
Casserole, American flag, apple pie.
Now listen. Let me
this
tell
casserole
you.
not here.
Let me tell you. Well, we're not going to slander. Stop. We're not going to slander them because they got some hits. I'm not going to lie. As y'all know, I've spent a good half of my time.
So you talking about kayaking?
All of it with the other side. They be onto some stuff a little bit. I'm not going to lie.
They probably didn't even discover kayaking. That was probably discovered by some like Africans. Yeah.
Yeah, boats and traveling. We the first people to travel the world. Like they just made different boats and took you with them.
All right, all right. We gonna go to the next one. So the next person, still on the same wave, said she's wrong because he spoke on the mixing of the song. You can tell white people mind their business about black stuff. You can tell white people mind their business about black stuff, but this wasn't a black thing. It's a music thing.
We made music.
And what is she talking about? Black people, white people mind their business about black stuff. They literally do not.
He's not right now.
I think the person was saying that she's right to tell white people to mind their business about things that are black, but music is not a black thing. It's an everybody thing.
No. That's
not
the
hip-hop,
lie
though.
they tell you.
Because
no,
if that,
hip-hop, rock,
if
country.
that was the case, then there wouldn't be musical genres. And more importantly, if that was the case, they wouldn't be mad about Beyonce making a country album.
Yes.
Mad about that?
Oh, the world is
they
angry.
were on fire. Oh my God.
Vlad, speaking of Vlad has interviewed a clip
Caucasians-
that's been going crazy.
The Caucasians were up in arms.
Like we said before, it's okay to be a fan. That's what I was thinking. Like you said, man, you just be a fan.
But also, it's like there are layers to fandom. He don't understand what's going on. He's saying he don't like the mix, but wasn't Kendrick switching between flows and tones and keys for the A minor thing?
Yeah.
Different stories and different storylines and
He
different.
understand it. You see,
setups,
JJ was in here crip
like-
walking. He understand.
Like from a literature standpoint, it's like that just shows how dense he is, and all of his knowledge just comes from borrowing and seeing what black people do and not actual knowledge in the subject.
And partaking. Like, you think that nigga made a diss record before? You think he rapped before? Like, come on. He's a spectator.
Yeah, you're a spectator.
Yeah.
Just stay in your
Really
lane.
And
Like,
we gave him a pedestal to
He
talk
don't
about it.
he don't like the mix. He don't like how it sound. He don't understand it.
So
So
understand diss culture. Like, Kendrick turned that diss around in like a few hours. And so missed a little off. I'm sorry.
No,
sir.
white people understand this culture for sure. White people understand. They just diss differently.
Strategically, systematically.
Like
Yeah, like, they might at Princeton, you know, where you might be professor, you know.
Like-
So
just in
then
case.
the next I'm gonna do two more. So the next person said that Vlad is a girl for playing victim and trying to get a woman fired. But on the other hand, she's just wrong.
Okay, your girl comment was unnecessary, but I think. Wait, you said both people are wrong?
Yeah, Vlad is a girl because he played victim. Like
and she's
and
wrong.
she's wrong just
I guess
because
for
she's
being
wrong.
an
Just for being
antagonist?
an antagonist. Yeah.
Have you never been on Twitter? Like the point of her, she did exactly what she's supposed to do. She just going about her day, saw something she didn't like, and tweeted to it. And then he decided to turn it into this thing. This isn't her response would have gone non and void without your response, sir. You created this whole thing to try and put somebody in their place about something that is not of your culture.
And honestly, if it wasn't her, it was going to be somebody else. Twitter is a lawless place. There are no rules there.
I love it. Yeah, it's a great place.
So, all right. So this is going to be the last one on this one. So this was probably one of the most in-depth. It says, hip-hop is a piece of our culture that we no longer have any control over. The hip-hop media, hip-hop executives, agents, etc. control the genre. The only thing we have had a hand in is the actual creation of the music. That reflects this country's original dynamic of black people doing all the work and white people making all the money. We literally don't have things. Vast majority of artists signed to highly exploitative deals. Difficult to break into the genre that we create. It's difficult to break into the genre that we created. All we have is our opinions. White people feel entitled to the world, and most of the time it is okay for us to gatekeep our things. Also, there is never a world in which we as black people should feel comfortable publicly siding with a white person over another brother or sister, whether they are right or wrong. That's shameful. We are the only group of people whose racial pride never translates to meaningful solidarity.
Damn.
Absolutely.
That was great.
Absolutely. That was the best response I've heard.
Yeah.
That was the best response I've heard.
Yeah. Give him a shout out. Whatever you had is. You bodied that, nigga.
No, people really be snapping to these questions.
Read my question.
Read your question. Let's see. All right, so yours was on a different topic.
I know.
Okay, so all right, the last question we're gonna respond to is the same question that we responded to, which was what's the highlight and what's the struggle of being an entrepreneur. One person said that one thing they're doing well is betting on themselves 1,000%. And the thing that they're struggling with is trying not to focus on the right time because that's an illusion. How y'all feel about that?
I agree.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Because there is you just got to get up and do it. Like for so many times in my own career in this, it's kind of like, well, no, I could just get a little bit perfect. You could do a little bit better.
Mm-hmm.
And by then your time's passing. If you been posting this whole time, you might have garnered the attention and fandom that you wanted to then while you were making it better. Like, a lot of shows for me, it's the point of fandom is to grow with the character or grow with the show or grow with the people. So if you're in mind, you trying to be perfect as soon as you come out, then you're not giving somebody no chance to grow with you.
Somebody else said, I'm doing a good job of understanding how to control my mental and emotional state of mind, especially when I get a no or I don't get any response at all. And also understanding and being okay with knowing that your consumers are not going to be the people you know, or people that you've known for years. Your consumers are going to be mainly people you don't know. So basically mental and emotional maturity when it comes to business. And then they said, I can do a better job with learning how to adjust to switching my ideas to differences in how I market and understanding the business aspect of doing business with other people.
I like that. I like that a lot. Especially the understanding that like your consumers, like your supporters won't be your people. Like I 100% feel that. Because even just a quick little tidbit, like my... What, should I not?
Can the rest of the class know?
Well, I'll tell it after she finishes.
I just understand that when you start certain ventures, but it's like, I don't know, it's kind of like a double-edged sword. It's like when you first start out, your family and your friends, they support you first because they want you to make it. And then once the time, like when you really start getting into it, they fall off, and then the other like fans and supporters, they carry it for real. Like they carry it. And it's not to say that your family and your friends don't support you, but you won't make your living off of them. Yeah. You won't make your living off of them. Like you won't.
And it's crazy because like even like in doing podcasts or doing content creation or I really found that like a lot of people outside of the people that I know have a high respect for the winners culture, what we doing here. You feel what I'm saying? A lot of people have a high respect for my ability as a content creator. Like, look at me like the expert, which I feel like in a certain regard I've earned to this point of being able to put it together to this point. But like a lot of the people that I know don't
Wouldn't
have
know
the
what
same,
you do.
yeah,
You
don't
just
got the
don't
same
got
regard,
the slightest idea.
yeah, for the craft or anything like that.
My close people, I don't even think my close people watch the show. Like they be like, yeah, I be seeing the clips sometimes on Instagram when they pop up. But like, yeah.
Okay, so this is gonna be the last one is gonna come from our very own Blondie. She said she's doing well, staying sucker free, and she's struggling with not getting her lick back.
Yeah. About it. Me too. I struggle with not getting my look back all the time because I definitely can.
But as I've learned from years and years and time with the lady, healing does not come with a side of revenge. It cannot. You do not heal out of spite. You do not succeed from spite with spite. Nothing that you do for yourself and for the glory of God and for the glory of your purpose is going to come with the intention to hurt somebody else. It's going to come for your own glory. And those other people that are not around to reap those benefits will be hurt by default. But when you go, and the best revenge is no revenge, in short.
Should drop the mic.
Right.
Expensive, but yeah, that was a good jump.
I feel like, all right, so our last joint, we're gonna wrap it up real quick. Who are your winners in the culture? I'll go first. For wins in the culture, my winner in the culture recently is J. Cole. Cause that brother knew when to bow out. He understood that like this is not my beef, and he went on to make the song Red Leather with Metro and Future. That's a bop. You feel what I'm saying? I feel like sometimes you just gotta know when you gonna stand on something and when you not.
My win in the culture is shit. I don't know. Come back to me, please. Come back.
Mine would be Vince Staples because I mean, if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything, and he stands on the square. And he's somebody that got like his Netflix show, his music. He's somebody with a voice that is always trying to teach you something that has been able to get the masses to believe in him enough to allow him to teach you. Like and for us, for me, it's like black people talking to Morris code. Like it'd be a show and the surface is this, but he really telling y'all something behind that.
Oh man, my win in the culture probably be Anthony Edwards, man. He just a different breed, man. He bringing back that old feeling to the sport, man. He becoming the face of the league. He bringing a different attention to definitely Minnesota. He got a different energy, man. Ain't nobody like him that I seen in a long, long time, man. He just so authentic, so raw, man.
He really from it. Like he one of the few that you
and
really see
want
from
it. You could tell he in love with it, man. And he get away with being himself because he's just so he's just that guy, man.
I agree with that.
My one in the culture is us.
Okay.
My one in the culture is us.
There it is.
That's what it is.
And
It's us. We've been doing this for
when it's culture,
a couple years now. We have become very established, made some great connections, networked with some great people, and I'm a little out of touch. So this is the win for me.
Great, John.
Yeah.
So there you have it. Another episode of The Winners Culture. We appreciate y'all tuning in. Please like, subscribe, follow, comment on everything at The Winners Culture. Shout out to DJ Bounce Guy for being behind the board. Shout out to Amani is Faith for guiding the conversation. Shout out to Studio 524 Philly. You know, the home team. Always follow us on everything. We holla at you.